So I would normally come to you with the look already done and all of that so you could see what we did. However, they didn't send a box this time. It says ice cream, but it's not a box. I know why it's not a box. It's pretty and iridescent, but it's not a box. So hello and welcome to domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is my red holiday candy cane. Yeah, it's that one. I love this mug. This mug is so cute. And I may have overdone it by putting 2 tea bags in there, because it's not a very big coffee mug. In our coffee mug today, I am trying out the Republic Tea, one of their 2, well, their Christmas set. The other one that I'm going to be getting soon is more of their fall set, but it has a cranberry in there, so I count it as part of the holidays. Anyway, so this one has cinnamon, vanilla, comfort, and joy, which is a black tea with spices and fruit. Probably not going to be a favorite. We all know how I feel about black tea. The cinnamon and vanilla has caffeine-free rooibos with natural flavors. And then we got peppermint bark, which has green rooibos, peppermint, cocoa, and natural flavors. This is the one I decided to try today. And it has peppermint, rooibos, cocoa extract, natural flavors, organic blackberry leaves, and organic monk fruit. Green rooibos mingles perfectly with the flavors of peppermint and cocoa in this sweet, caffeine-free cup, best savored by a roaring fire after a big meal to satisfy your sweet tooth. Let's go ahead and give this a sip, and then we'll get started. Okay, so one, I probably did put in, the 2 tea bags was a bit much. Oh, but that is already so good. Oh, the cocoa and peppermint are working beautifully together. All right, so I will explain more about it when we get to making the look with the products inside. But this will be our last ice cream bag. And, yeah, like I said, I'll explain. This will be the last ice cream bag. There are reasons. I think they're good reasons. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's hope it's a good one. I was actually going to do one of 2 other palettes. But this came in before I actually managed to film. I was actually supposed to do filming a couple of days ago. And things came up. It's been coming up a lot lately. It's disappointing, folks. So we're going to go ahead and do the ice cream first. And let's go ahead and get in here. I don't want to open that yet. I'm going to grab a box off the top. What do we have here? Oof. I have no space. We kind of made space. Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. Anyway, so this first thing is Babe Beauty liquid eyeshadow in chocolate bronze. Y'all know how I feel about liquid eyeshadow. However, I might start needing some. And you'll find out why. You'll find out why in a little bit. Anyway, there's the box. The packaging is pretty. That is gorgeous. I don't know about this chocolate brown, but that is interesting. Wow, okay. Oh, why? Why would you? Okay. I don't think that's going to do me much good in terms of color on my skin. And why would you do an eyeshadow with a little thin brush like that which to me is more of a, well, it smooches out beautifully. But again, this is not going to show up on my skin, so I can already say this is a no, whether I want to try it or not. But the other question is, why would you put it on a really thin brush like that if it's supposed to be an eyeshadow, which I presume is supposed to go over your entire eye? A thin brush like that is more like an eyeliner to me. Chocolate bronze. It is a very pretty color, but yeah, that's going to not work for me. It's going to not work for me. Okay. We had choice this time. Honestly, we weren't going to get this box because of the things that I'll discuss when I'm putting together my stuff. But I saw the choice and went, okay, I'm doing choice. All right, so, okay, this is from, okay, so the company is Lash Step. And it's called Snatched Mascara. That's very interesting packaging. I'm not sure. I think I would prefer a cardboard box. This kind of stuff does not recycle well. Now that is some pretty packaging. That's beautiful. On the back of this, it says Blackest Black is the color. I can live with that. I've been saying I've been wanting a new mascara. Felt a little loose. Whoa, whoa. What the fuck? How the hell? That's gonna be a no for me, babes. No. No. What the hell? And that doesn't even stay. Okay, this must be broken, because I can't even get it to tighten down. That's going to be another no. I don't know what's going on over there at Eyescream. I better have gotten my choice, because that's the thing that's going to make the bag for me at this point. That just needs to be thrown out. That's, yeah, no. Okay. Now I'm worried. There's a tube in here. Let's pull out this tube. It is a big brush. I love big fluffy brushes. This is from, who are you from? Cheeky Rose Beauty. It says it's a foundation brush. I love big fluffy brushes. I love big fluffy brushes. Oh my God, folks. Okay, you redeemed yourself for the icky lash stuff. Oh, isn't that nice? Put the little tube aside. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. I like her. I like her. She's so pretty. We'll try that with our powder foundation today. Y'all know I don't wear much liquid foundations anymore. Okay, we're at 3. Here's number 4. Lovebird Tinted Lip Balm. Smooch. I don't wear many lip balms anymore, but okay. I mean, you know that pink one we got in a bag, a couple of bags ago? I've been using that on and off, but mostly I stick with my Jack Blacks. I'm terrible. I'm not trying to be miserable and hate everything. I really am. But this is making me think it's a good time to stop. So anyway, it's a tinted lippy balm. Got it out fairly well. There's the packaging. Wow, that's a big stick. And it is also very pink. It'll work kind of like the other one. It's pale enough that I could probably put it over something to adjust a little bit, or I could just wear it at home. Not a color I would normally wear. All right, so this better be my choice, because I will be upset. With everything else in here, I will be very upset. Oh, there's our card. All right, so the palette for this month also kind of makes up for the rest of this mess is the DD Signature Jingle Bell Ruby Eyeshadow Palette. I do think I mentioned that I wanted this when it came out. Was it last year? And we tried that coffee palette of theirs, and I said that I was really, really impressed. Everything is intact. Oh, baby. You are pretty. Another reason to be in for the Christmas stuff. You are pretty. Oh, one of them is a little bit cracked, so I'll be very careful with it. But there it is. This one right here is a little cracked, so I'm going to kind of push that in. Or maybe that's just the way it's showing up. Oh my goodness, you are gorgeous! All right. The bag redeemed itself. I wouldn't, at this point, I wouldn't give it, you know, a 4. But I'll give it a 3, 3.5. Alrighty, so we've got Sugar Plum, Frostbite, Sleigh Ride. Oh, these are so soft. And Crispy Holidays on the top row. A couple of these definitely look to be multi-chromes. Oof. That was the one that was cracked. I think we're going to have a little bit of skin tone issues there. But that one might be perfect for just under my brow as well. Then we have Olive Penguins. I love the name. Crispy Trees. Snowman Cookies. Okay, the mattes feel a little powdery. Rudolph Cookies. Oh, God, that's beautiful. That is definitely at least a duo because that's blue in the pan. We're not seeing much blue now. I don't know. Can you see the blue? I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. That one would be this one here. She just wants to come up green for you guys. But when I'm looking straight down at her, oh no, wait a minute, that's what this one here. See how that goes foresty green? You can kind of see it going blue. Yeah, she's pretty. I don't want to try something. There, you can see that she kind of goes blue. Yep. And then we have Candy Cane, which looks to be a bluish red. Bright Ruby, which for some reason is a green. Santa's Tree, and Noel Night. That's nice. Those are pretty. All right, I'm looking forward to using this. I'm not too happy about 3 of the products, but 2 of them have made my day. Okay, then. That shit's gonna stay. That shit's gonna stay. Oh my goodness, that shit's really gonna stay. Oh, I'm looking forward to playing with that now. And the brush. And I think I have a way that I might try to use this in today's look, and we'll see what goes from there. Anyway, so this says, thank you. We hope you enjoy from Eyescream Beauty Holiday Prep. The classic autumn Jingle Bell palette, Ruby palette by DD Signature is $35. Get ready to fall in love with these mesmerizing shades from DD Signature, whether you chose the warm, earthy hues, nudes, of the Classic Autumn or the Festive Sparkle of the Jingle Bell Ruby. These palettes are made for endless creativity, packed with pigmented, buttery shades. Each palette offers a stunning mix of mattes and chromed shades to take you from subtle to glam in one swipe. Use a fluffy blending brush to create soft, smoky look, or layer the shimmering shades on your fingertip for maximum sparkle. Y'all knew what I use. Anyway, so the foundation brush by Cheeky Rose Beauty, 38. Wow. And we've got a few issues here. I'm going to trim that out, though, probably. But 38's a bit... Anyway. Meet your best friend for flawless foundation. This Ultra Soft Densely Packed brush effortlessly blends foundation for an airbrushed finish that feels like a pro touch. For a natural, seamless application, use light circular motions. Need extra coverage? Pat the brush in gentle dabs to build up. I always buff like this, even with my wet foundations. I don't think I even have any wet foundations right now. Okay, yeah, so I don't have any liquid foundations, even in my backup drawers. I stopped using them. They were irritating my skin, and I honestly find that the powder foundations lead to less breakouts and shit like that because I don't have just cakey stuff over my face. So we'll have to try it with the powder foundation and hope that it works out well. I'm sure it will. Okay, so next we have the Chocolate Bronze Liquid Eyeshadow by Bo Babe Beauty. This is $30. That's pricey. But Bo Babe Beauty has been... Beau Babe Beauty? Bo? You're my Bo Babe Beauty? They've been kind of pricey. I have kind of an idea on how to try to use this. Anyway, so this is a stunning metallic bronze shade with a hint of sparkle, perfect for creating sultry statement eye in seconds. This product dries quickly. Darker skin tone will be able to use this as a beautiful highlight bronzer. It also works wonderfully as a base for powder shadows. Be gentle though. Blending too hard will cause flaking. Okay. The Snatched Fiber Mascara. Get lashes that look lifted longer and full. Designed to grab every single lash. No, this was designed to paint shit on your face. This fiber-infused mascara builds to incredible length, volume without clumping. Perfect for both everyday and special occasions. It's sure to make your eyes pop. Wiggle the wand from the base of your lashes. No. We're just going to go with no. And that was $21. Definitely not worth it. Granted, because mine's broken, but also, I mean, come on. That's mostly packaging. That is just... There isn't even... There isn't even a wand on there. I don't know. I don't know. This is a mess. This is a mess. This was not well thought out, I guess. Or, once again, I got a broken product. I mean, that's been one of the themes of some of the boxes. Because, didn't I get a broken product last time? Anyway. Finally, we have the Tinted Lip Balm by Lovebird Beauty. $10. Reasonable. Looks like there's a lot of product in here. Enjoy a pop of color and soft hydrated lips with this Tinted Lip Balm by Lovebird Beauty. The balm combines nourishing ingredients with just the right hint of tint, making it perfect for effortless everyday look. Smooth, moisturizing, and never sticky. Didn't feel sticky. I still got shimmer on my hand, folks. Alright, so overall this box was worth... 73, 103, 124, about $134. I am going to go ahead and go get ready to try all this on so we can get started, because I have some other important things to talk to you about, including the reason why this is our last ice cream box. So we're going to talk about all that and also what's going on with the channel, because it's all tied together. But first, I need to go get ready and put on my, you know, my faces and all that stuff. So I'll be right back. Be right back. All right, so I kind of sort of got an idea. I will be bringing in one of my Mora star shows, this dark blue. There's only one, and that's this, and it comes up green, and I want a blue in there. I'd kind of like to put a red in there, but my idea so far doesn't have a red in it, so we're just going to go with it. So we're going to start with this bright ruby, and we are going to put this Crispy Holidays very lightly over it. We're only going to do one color up there. Anyway, so talking about how this is the last box and all of that. Well, first of all, I'm sure we're picking up again now, but I'm sure you all noticed that there was about a week where there was nothing. There wasn't even an art thing. I had a whole art thing started, and then I looked at it, and it was terrible. It was terrible. So I ended up restarting the project. So that's why you're missing an art piece, an art session from last week. But prior to that was the election. We are not going to get into everything about that, other than to say I was hugely disappointed. All right, getting into this Crispy Holidays. That's the shiny one. See if we can do a nice overage. Ooh, yes. So I was disappointed, but there were some other things that are problematic. A lot of people said that they voted for Trump. Oh, I like that. I like that. I don't know if you guys can see that shimmery shine. It's beautiful. But a lot of people voted for Trump, claiming that it was for economics. We're going to try this. Okay, so I have a plan, kind of. I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm going to grab a whole bunch of it and put it on here and see if we can get that to work. There we go. There we go. Okay. It wasn't looking like it was going to give me quite a bit. Well, it gave me quite a bit. I gotta work fast now. They said it dries fast. So we're going to put this on our inner corner. Anyway, a lot of people said it was over economics. That's why they voted for Trump. Well, that was kind of, you'll have to pardon me, dumb. Because of the tariffs. I mean, he went into a good economy, and then it wasn't a good economy when he left. So that's pretty much him. I am patting this on. I really wish it was shinier, but there we go. It was really shiny on my hand. Not a whole lot of shine. All right, but we did that. It worked. I'm not sure how much it is on a color for me, but it worked. Anyway, moving right along. We are already aware that this economy, his economy, is not going to be good. He's going to be putting in tariffs, and so prices are going to go up. I mean, it just, that's the way it is. And that's where I had to sit down and try to start thinking about ways to help my family through this. Because we're already pretty much on a thin edge. I do buy a lot of makeup. That's what we're going to get into in a minute. But in general, we are already on a thin edge financially in this house. And it's getting a little thinner. My daughter had to purchase another car. It's not brand new, but she did have to purchase a car. And she had to step down from her management position she was in, so her pay got cut. Didn't get cut as bad as it could have, but it did get cut. All right, so we're going to take this sleigh ride and put that in the middle. And so financially, we are already getting some hits. And then the whole washer fiasco was just something. So anyway, I'm kind of glad that happened now. That's pretty. I'm being very careful because I don't want to break up this color in here, but they're going on soft. Now, it's not blending. I don't like that. I'm going to say right now, I don't like that chocolate. It's not very shiny. It's not very shiny. But anyway, so we are looking at ways to bring our finances under control. Which, of course, means changes to the channel. There's one change I'm not sure what I'm doing with yet. Trying to I like that. That came out pretty. That came out really pretty. I'm going to put this Moira Star Show OMG number 7 over that bronze color, because that bronze color is doing nothing. It's just doing nothing. It's just sitting there doing nothing. And while it does have that sort of bronzy base, it has a greenish highlighter type color in her secondary. Just going to put that over that. Not happy with that either. Oh no, no. Can't be unhappy. Thinking I was going to use this as my highlighter, probably still will. But I am going to take a little bit of this Glow Highlighter palette. It's color Icy. And I am going to put that over the top as well. It needs some brightening, folks. One more time. This is the quartz. Hi, quartz. She has a goldish cast to her, so she might fit. Not a fan. Seriously, not a fan. But we're going to keep going. I'm kind of annoyed. This was not the palette I was planning to do today. Anyway, I was saying, so we're looking at ways to cut our finances in the house. So I'm getting rid of Eyescream, husband is getting rid of, we're going to put this Santa's tree on the outside. It's really dark, Santa's tree. And I might end up mixing that with Noel Night and lighten it up a little bit. But let's start with Santa's tree. Because I think I might need Santa's tree for something else. Okay, so she is getting a bit of fallout on that. I do like the way that's mixing with other shades, though. That's nice. Do I dare? You know what? We're already there with a mess. We'll take the Noel Night. We'll take the Noel Night up to do the point. All right, so we'll take that lighter green Noel Night and we'll put that above all that. The blue is going to be a much needed break from all this. Wow. Anyway, so oh, that came out nice. We are cutting back on a lot of things. He's going to be getting rid of his hot sauce. He doesn't want to. I don't want to get rid of my ice cream, even though the last couple of boxes have been what they've been. But he's going to get rid of his hot sauce. I'm looking at other things to cut. We're looking at our TV subscriptions. All of that. We're looking at all of that. That actually came out kind of nice. I wonder if that olive penguins would help. All this mess we've done over here. One more shade. Why not? One more shade. Hi, olive penguins. Save me. Just a little bit. Okay, it saved me. I actually like that. That actually ended up working out. Granted, that means I have to build this eye up the same way, but it ended up working out. God. I have things falling down and all kinds of things. We are having a day. I'm going to get some more of the Santa trees. In this corner. So we're looking at ways to cut on our budget and survive what's coming, because it kills me that people didn't look up the reality of tariffs until after the election. If you're going to vote, make sure you're up on this shit beforehand. But anyway, it's going to be rough, and we know it's going to be rough. And in fact, we know it's going to be rough enough that if the restaurant doesn't do well, my husband could be losing his job. So we're looking at all of this shit that's going down and trying to figure out how to get through. So that's why the ice cream is the last ice cream box. This one is the last ice cream box. I am going to be cutting down on my indie purchases and my makeup purchases in general. But so that means that we're going to have to make some changes around here, because if I'm not buying makeup, it's really hard to be a beauty channel when you're not buying makeup, right? So we're going to finish out our current story, and then that will probably be replaced with a second art session. I haven't decided yet, or I might not do anything on Sunday nights, honestly, for a while. The art sessions do okay, They aren't fantastic. Obviously, the ice cream box is going away. We're going to have some other things. That blue. I love these. These are so easy to work with. We are obviously going to have to figure out things to replace that. And one of the things that I've thought of doing, I have enough makeup. In all honesty, I have enough makeup. It's just new purchases are going to be limited. I pretty much have decided that I'm more than likely going to keep up with Nomad and Cosmic. Nomad is kind of on the fence because they do 4 or 5 releases a year. Not sure I can do that. So going to have to make sure that whatever I buy from Nomad is something I really want. Also Cosmic brushes. And then probably, if I were to continue with any other brand, it would probably be Glamlight. But that's another one of those where I wouldn't buy it all, right? I've liked what I've bought for the most part, but I'm not into the horror flicks, and they've been doing a lot of horror flicks. What do you think, guys? A lot of green, but I'm not mad at it. I think it's great, despite the fact that we started off a disaster in the inner corner. That got saved. I just have to remember everything I did to save it. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye, and then we'll come back, and I'll put on my concealer. But then we'll come back, and we will try this brush with my powder. I'm not mad at this. But we're going to get the other eye done, and when we do the powder and all of that, I will go ahead and discuss the changes in the channel. Okay, so we are ready to give this big fluffy brush a try. If I can figure out where I just put it. This space is small. It's small. Anyway, and I can try to untangle my tangled mess of what's going on with the channel. So, as I've noted several times, yes, we are going to be. This is nice. I like this brush. It's a bit firmer. I usually use this brush with my powder, and it's a bit firmer than that. One of these big fluffy brushes, but I don't mind. Are we getting in there? I think we are. Anyway, it's just a bit firmer. It's still soft. It's still picking stuff out. So like I said, we are getting rid of a couple of subscriptions. One you haven't really seen much of, because my husband's been struggling with stuff, and we're having a mess of a problem at the home front again, and we're trying to deal with that. We're very upset with having to deal with that yet again. All I can say is, apparently the diatomaceous earth, you can't ever stop using it. But anyway, so those are gone. My son's subscriptions are gone, and even though his dad was paying for those, they're going to have to stay gone because his dad is now retired, so on a more limited income, and I can't replace them because of what's going on. I'm kind of glad we didn't start anything, because remember I said that his dad's stuff was going to we talked about the last Marvelous box, and I said I'll have to see if I can find anything to replace it. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything to replace it at that time. And stuff comes up and goes, and so I figured, I'll just keep checking back and keep doing. Well, that's not going to happen. Those subscriptions, those Greeky subscriptions, end up being $30, $35, so that's not going to happen. My hair's been wanting to get into all of this since I started doing the the concealer. It's doing its thing. It's trying to get into all the things. Anyway, so that won't be coming back. I don't know how that's gonna. I know y'all want to see him, but I don't know what to do with that now. So it's gonna be a while before you see him. And then we do want to get back to cooking. We can't make any promises right now. We've tried several times to tell you guys we're gonna come back with the cooking and stuff, and because things keep getting out of hand, we don't come back. So my husband doesn't want to make any promises. He does want to do it. If we can bring it back, we will bring it back. So when we can. I think that did a good job. Okay, so I think this would probably be better suited to liquid foundations. One of the things that I'm noticing is more cakiness. I'm gonna see if we can buff some of that out of there. I'm seeing a lot more of my lines and stuff in here, so I think I love the brush. I love the brush, but I don't think it's good for powder foundations. I'm not gonna dink the box for that. I'm trying to buffer some of this out, so hopefully it looks less dry. It might just be my skin's looking dry. I don't know. But I think this just was it's a little too hard for what I do now. So I'm gonna either have to find like a really nice light BB cream. There's been a few BB creams that I really like that might work for, or I don't know. Because I don't think I'm going to go back to completely liquid foundation, regular foundation ever at this point. I'm kind of enjoying not having that on my face. And yeah. So we're going to finish out this look together mostly and continue this talk. So like I said, my husband does want to do the cooking thing. We just don't want to make any promises that we're not sure we can keep right now. We're having a lot of problems with the critters in the apartment, and some of that is because I have certain physical disabilities. Some of that's being in an apartment. I wouldn't be surprised if some of that's from the shit we brought with us from the old place, because I told you I think before that the old apartment was having was starting to have some more issues with that. And their apartments were worse than this, in that there was like our little unit that we were in. There was like 8, I want to say at least 8 different apartments in the unit. So when I say you cleaned up and got rid of the bugs, you basically sent them to the other units, and when the other units cleaned up and got rid of their bugs, they came back to you. Here we just have the one neighbor, and I think that apartment's actually empty, which may not be helping. And then of course we've got winter, which may not be helping. So the cooking and all of that is just, we'll do it when we can. We don't want to have to fight. I'm kind of hoping that I can do some baking for you guys over Christmas holiday. Although, to be fair, we aren't going to be actually doing our usual celebrations here. Again, it comes down to money. This washer, I'm paying $235, $240 every 2 weeks on. And that just basically took up a holiday money. For everything else, we're just not going to be doing a whole lot for a while on that. And plus, I mean, you know, shopping, if things get as bad as they will, as we think they will, ingredients will be much harder to get a hold of. So we're just going to have to wait and see how all that goes out. We want to do it. He wants to do it. We can't make any promises. He doesn't want to make any promises about any of that. Seriously, he does miss doing it for you, though. He does. He wants to do it again. He's got a whole bunch of new books that he wants to get through with you guys, and or do some stuff from with you guys, and he's real upset that this is just not going to be. All that said, I have been thinking about what will be on the channel, so we will still be doing the art, possibly twice a week. I haven't decided yet. I have to finish out the one novel that is going on Sundays right now. Okay. I think I managed to keep it from looking too creepy under there. The It's New is on the fence. I'm not sure if I want to keep doing that because, I mean, that's kind of mean. Covering all those new indie releases and you can't have any of them. Right? That's kind of mean. I think that's kind of mean. That's kind of mean. So I don't know if I'm going to continue doing the It's New. Just, I have to think about that. I'm going to get through this year. I'm going to finish out November and do December, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens from there. I enjoy it, but there is a lot of stuff that I usually end up really liking. I mean, part of what we're getting ready for today is an It's New, or the It's New that you've already seen, and I think there were several things in there, as I recall, from what I've seen of the pictures, if I remember, that I was really interested in. Some interesting things. Earrings. Those snowflake earrings were really cute. They were adorbs. Anyway, so I don't know if I'm keeping that. As soon as we're done with this particular novel reading, the novel readings are going away. The readings entirely are going away. They were an experiment. They never really got a whole heck of a lot of traffic, for one. And as much as I like my work and I like my friends' work, for some reason, liking all of that didn't make it any easier to do it. So they are some of the hardest videos to do, which sounds strange, but seriously, I start reading and I start yawning, and I'm fighting the yawning the whole time, and I'm struggling with my back and everything else. So yeah, those are gonna go. Those are definitely gonna go. Let's see, what am I gonna do for under my eyes? Okay, so yeah, that sleigh ride is starting to flake a little bit. You know what, we're going to go ahead with Crispy Holidays for the first third. And then I think we're going to do Crispy Trees all along the rest of it. So, all right, so where was I before I got distracted? As I got into the wrong thing. Because yes, I'm distracted. Folks, having a day. All right, Crispy Holidays, which we used over stuff underneath our brow. So I have this Cosmic Brushes highlighter trio called Frosting. And this green apple has that slightly greenish cast, but with a more of a gold tone to it. Whoa. Let's do this right. overdid it, but that's fine. My eyes wash it all out anyway, right? Because yes, we are starting to see some of that there. Wow, okay. Went a little bit brighter than I thought it would. We're going to bring that, I think, all the way up. The biggest problem I'm having right now, I'm trying to think of some new content. And I do have one thing I'm going to be telling you that I'm bringing back from previously. I had done it once or twice. So I will be bringing something back. But the biggest problem I'm having right now is this is supposed to be a beauty channel mostly. It's been a beauty channel mostly. We've thrown other shit in there. So we technically aren't completely just a beauty pet channel. Right? But how can you be a beauty channel if you're no longer getting beauty? If you're no longer buying as much makeup. So I am going to have to try to think of some other ideas to make up for the fact that we are not buying a whole lot of more makeup. Like I said, I do have the 3 brands that I'll probably be keeping an eye on and still purchasing from through the year, but I won't be buying a lot from anybody else. I just can't. I can't justify it. Hi, baby. Really? I take it that it was important. Come here. Hi. 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 Say hi to the people. She says, Mom, I didn't want to be picked up. Hi. You're always on camera. People love you on camera. They love your golden eyes. They don't know what a terror you are. Huh? Come on. Come on. You got them strong back legs, baby. Oh, purr. I don't know if you guys can hear that purring. I don't know how, but she came. It's become like just embedded. I've had a lot of pets, loved a lot of pets. Will always love a lot of pets. But there's only a few that I can sit there and say became, you know, heart pets. And she's definitely one of them. The one thing that I am thinking about bringing back, and I'm going to be going through my previous playlists and stuff to figure out what I want to do for other things. But this one thing I can bring back because it doesn't require new makeup. And that's Cakespirations. It allows me to use the makeup I have. I stopped doing them. I can't even remember why I stopped doing them. Just, I was doing a lot of other things at the time, I think. And, so yeah, we stopped doing those. But now I can bring those back because there's something we kind of, they will make a good fill. Of course I'm going to hit my face. They will make a good series that I can use my makeup with. And that's one of the things when you're doing a beauty channel, you get a lot of makeup. You have to. You can't really be a beauty channel without new stuff. So you kind of have to buy new stuff. And so you end up with a lot of makeup. And you try to find ways to make that cheaper for yourself. If you're lucky, you get on a PR list. I never got on a PR list. My channel never really grew in terms of numbers to where most companies would find my channel to be financially useful for them. I'm going to go finish this up. We've pretty much discussed what's going on. Limited makeup content is what it comes down to. But I'm going to finish this up, and we will talk about the box and everything when I get back. Okay, so here is our look. It actually came out much better than I thought it would, especially when the this liquid eyeshadow didn't, I don't know, it was just brown. It was just brown. There was, the shiny on my hand did not show up on my eyes, so it was brown. And considering that we went with all these greens instead of the palette that I wanted to do, which was not green, so I'm not going to give that away. We are going to do that palette at some point in the future. Fairly soon. It is not a palette that's limited edition. It just tends to, the stock tends to be random. It sells out and it takes them a little bit to get more. Yes, it's a Cosmic Brushes one. They're a smaller brand, so that happens. All right, so first of all, let's go ahead and do what we're here for and talk about the box. I am going to give this a 3 out of 5. The brush was nice. It's just a little dense for the powder like I use. It would probably work really well with a liquid, or if I ever get one again, like a BB cream, because there was a couple of BB creams that I thought that were really nice. I just have not been a fan of liquid, any kind of liquid type foundation or cream on my face. So I don't see myself getting much use out of it. I have 1 or 2 others I have set aside for liquid foundations. I will set this one aside for liquid foundation. Let's get the horrible out of the way. This is a no. This was broken in a no. And this is eh. I mean, I can use this. I didn't use it today, but I can use this just randomly when my lips are feeling dry. These two are going to go in the trash. I can't send this to anyone. I can't imagine my daughter wanting to use it. And this is just plain broken. So I'm not even going to go there with either one of those. And like I said, this is eh. So the fact that I really love this brush, but the fact that it only looks like it'll work well with a liquid foundation is why I didn't do a 4 on the box. Because the palette is beautiful, babies. I think this green look came out beautiful. It does need supplements to it, because you either got purples or greens. You've got a few random reds in there, but yeah, it needs something. It needs something more to. I need a lighter color for, like, say, under the brow. I use a light colored matte to start there. I might put a shimmer over it like I did today, but the only light colored matte in here is that really light green. And I think that kind of limits the looks you can do with it. But it is a beautiful palette, and the quality seems to work well. It's holding up to my eyes, I believe. Yeah, I'm seeing little lines starting to develop in the inner corner, but not much of anything. That's a lot of green. That's a lot of green, but it worked. It works. It actually works. And I think it works really well with the rest of the look because, you know, hey, Christmas. I am so in that spirit. I want to be in that spirit. I need that spirit. This worked for that. Yeah, so we were going to do something else, but I'm kind of glad it came out the way it did. And yeah, so the palette is really good. I do not know if this got put into the ice cream box because they are planning on discontinuing it. I don't know if they're returning it for the holidays. So if you're interested in this palette, you probably want to go ahead and take a look at their site and go pick it up now, just in case. This might be one of those holiday palettes where they're like, well, we'll bring it back every year. Or we'll keep it in stock every year. I mean, all year round. I don't know. I do know, like, Cosmic Brushes has kept their Winter Wonderland, which was a holiday palette, all year round. So some places do keep their holiday palettes. And so overall, I think it was a 3.5 out of 5. really disappointed that I once again got broken products or that don't work the way they're supposed to. I will say, however, that that is not necessarily on Eyescream. That's just my luck of the draw, I guess, and the stuff that they're getting from their suppliers, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I love the box. I will miss it. So let me see if I can unmuddle my muddle about the channel. So the things that are going to be going, we're going to have less Get Ready With Me's. I will be keeping up on Nomad. We'll see how many of those I buy. I will probably end up buying less of those. Cosmic brushes for sure. And intermittently for, I think, as a Glam Light, there we go. As those seem to be my three top brands right now that seem to have really wonderful eyeshadows that really work for my eyes in particular. So, and I've always loved Nomad, so. We're going to see less purchasing from indie brands because we just won't be able to afford it. And so that's going to reduce the makeup on the channel. We're going to be doing less makeup. That means the It's News are kind of on the bubble at this point. They may or may not come back in 2025. You will have to let me know if you are interested in me continuing those. The big problem, like I said before, they don't get much in terms of traffic. So, and I'm not sure how I feel about seeing all of this stuff that I would really love to have and can't afford to have. So, and I'm not sure how many of you feel the same way. There's probably a few of you that feel the same way. Like, that I'm not going to be able to afford shit, so why? We do intend to get back to cooking. We just can't promise when. I do hope to do some holiday baking with you guys over the next month and a half. But after that, we'll see. Some of that is just timing issues. Some of that is financial issues. Some of that is kitchen issues. As I've noted, we're still struggling with all of that. My son's stuff is gone. It's unfortunate, but we cannot afford to replace the geek box that we just lost, which really wasn't a geek box. It was the Marvelous box. We can't afford to replace that. That would be another $30 or $35 box that we just cannot cover. So he's off the channel for at least a little bit. So we'll see what happens in the future. Stories is going to be gone when they're done. We're probably going to, I shouldn't say probably, might replace that with a second Art My Makeup. We'll see. The issue there is finding the time to do enough content on that to have them twice a week. We're going to be trying to bring back Cakespirations as a way to use up makeup. And so you'll still be seeing my face upon occasion, other than me doing baking or, whatever. I am trying to think of other things to put on the channel, so we'll see how that goes. And so that's everything. I think that's everything. If I've missed something, you'll have to ask down below. The gardening will probably come back in the summer. I'm hoping. We'll see how much seed and soil and all of that costs when we get there. Because I do have to replace my soil not replace it, but I have to replenish it every year. So I have to get more food, I have to get more fertilizer, and I actually have to get more fresh soil to mix in with the old. And so that's all costly. Fortunately, the one thing I don't need right now is crates and stuff like that. We've got all that. I do have one trellis I need to pick up, hopefully in the future. Crossing my fingers. But beyond that, I think, are pretty much set for next year, other than needing to go through our seeds and deciding what we're doing, what we're not doing. So the gardening will also come back, but that's only in the summer for me. I don't do winter gardens. I don't want to go out in the cold, and I don't have room in the house. So we don't do winter gardens around here. Plus it's all wet. It's always raining in the winter, so we don't do that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I'm thinking hard. I can't think of anything else. I am going to try to think of some other things. We'll see if what we can come up with that won't require a lot of financial investment on our part, so that we can try to get through the next few years in one piece, hopefully. Crossing our fingers. There's a lot of things that we're worried about, but we're not going to get into that here. So yeah, that is pretty much everything. The box was okay. It is our last box. I do need to make sure to go in there and not only cancel the subscription, but also no longer get emails from them, because I'd actually canceled it before this box and I got an email on choice. So I went back to get specifically this palette. And overall, you know, even with this not working with powder foundations as well as I'd hoped, these two products are $60. If I get, you know, like a lightweight BB cream or something I can use this with, honestly, this was the cost of the box and then some, and this just added to it. So we're okay, and this is okay. So I'm not mad at this, just not something I'm particularly thrilled with. So the box gave me the value in the end, and they usually do. So I am going to miss it. I am going to miss it. But you know what? We got to take care of the family first. Anyway, so that's it. Hopefully I have unmuddled the muddle, and we all know where we're going right now. It's been 2 weeks since I've been in front of the camera. Let us go ahead, and I hope you like what you've seen, and if you do, I hope you will go ahead and like, share, subscribe, comment down below. I'm always open to ideas, and so go ahead and send some ideas if you want to put them down there. Feasible ones, reasonable ones. Don't be nasty. No being nasty, okay? But with all that out of the way, let us go ahead and get a sip of our tea. This got cold. I don't know how much this is going to edit down to, but it is almost 2 hours for me right now. This got cold. I put it back in the microwave. Let's go ahead and give this a sip so we can get on out of here and I can do the next It's New that you've already seen. Oh, I like this. I like this. And using 2 tea bags. It is strong, but I like a strong tea. And this tastes almost like a peppermint coffee. Almost. But not in a... I don't particularly like the taste of coffee. I love the smell of it. I don't like the taste of coffee, but there is a certain robustness that you don't necessarily get with tea. This tea has that robustness. I really love that. I'm going to have to get a much bigger container of this peppermint bark. That tasted good. Alrighty, so as we all know, I love my girls. I love my dragonettes. I hope you have a good one.